Zora tried to move to New York with no place to live. Carissa and Twinkie ran to her mother's house like she can't afford her own apartment in Memphis. And Darius comes up missing. Obviously, it's the great escape of Greenleaf, episode 6. Come on, Saints, let's get started.
Hey man,
Go on, Iva. Go ahead and start it off. You didn't already said you had questions. Go ahead, girl.
I do. Shanae, I have questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Why did they choose almost we have 3 episodes left for Darius to start missing? Then why did they choose 3 episodes left for Zora to start getting upset, trying to go places? Then why we ain't seen Dante and we have 3 episodes left, and now you got baby girl picking up the Bible with 3 episodes left.
Okay. All right. So,
Are you passing the mic?
Yes.
Okay.
So for me, I was like, where is Darius? And why is the mortgage broker, aka
Carissa side piece?
Yeah, the salesman. Also, now he's muscle.
Hello.
Was that Fernando?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Fernando.
Yes.
I was thinking he was muscle all the time, though. I thought he was maybe mafia. Okay, go ahead.
So that was my question. Like, why is he the muscle now? Okay, so Grace, you're being threatened again because you were in season 2, you were threatened by Mac. Now you're being threatened again. Why? Then my other question was, why did Charity take the dad to Phil, which I got that, but why did you go and tell what's been happening in front of Judy?
That's right. Pastor Dry was extra dry this time.
Right. So why did you do that in front of Judy of all people? And then might I say this? I know that Judy is really petite, but she looked very, very, very skinny.
That head looked so big, and it looked like they put pieces in and gave her a bouffant. She looked like the 70s, like you just be shimmying along somewhere.
Groove is in the heart.
And this is my final. Why, Zora? So you go to your cousin, and now you want to do tit for tat. You go to your cousin and tell her your plan to go to New York, and you're going to go to school. Kudos. But you ain't got no place to stay. So what did you think? Your cousin's going to let you go to New York and just live amongst the wild in New York? Come on. Right. So then all of a sudden, well, since you did that, I told your mother about your pictures.
And I'm wondering, did she really, or is that a setup? Because, right, I think because she set it up because now Sophia's going to go to her and be like, so I know that you know already. What are you talking about, Sophia? She's going to be like, because Grace would have come at that straight away.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those are my questions where I'm like, seriously? Let's just start off with Mae. As we had already talked about last week, that she was going to tell the family.
Yeah.
Okay, I like how she said it, but I wish she would have let them ask at least one question.
Oh no, question?
What is that a question
no.
to ask?
But exactly what?
My thing is, so you're going to tell me this huge secret, this 40-year secret, and then let's go, and dinner's at 7.
I was rolling at how they said, what was that Charity that was like, now we know how you got that light, where you got that light skin
right.
And they were like, oh, well, Faith was light skin. They said, not that light skin. They said, Mama's light skin. And it was like, no. And they said, but Faith was light skin, not that light skin. We cut you out of everything. Out of what? Spades. We cut you out of the wheels. We cut you out of ice cream. Whatever they said they was cutting her out of. I was rolling. She was like,
So I was just like, but leading up to that, can we talk about how Daddy Greenleaf checked Mae so hard that she was.
Oh, I wrote that. I wrote part of what he said down. He was like, "You want to talk to me about holiness? Try confessing your own sins." I was like, ooh, Pastor
That was
mad.
that was a major. I almost threw my fan at the TV because I was like, he getting crotchety in his little dementia starting age.
Yeah, he was kind of crotchety the whole episode. You're not
He
gonna make me give
was
up my house.
right.
Not about to sit up here and play holier than thou, okay?
What the
Yeah,
Lord tell you to do? The Lord told you to do that. Oh, well, she's coming here. Why? Yeah, she was.
the whole episode.
He
I was
had
here
to,
for it.
he checked her, so I was like, yes.
Right.
I was like, you not gonna come and talk to me like he said. You've been beating me up on every little thing, but you did something so,
Right.
something horrific. You didn't have a child out of wedlock.
And brought it to me.
Mm-hmm.
No, not out of wedlock. Outside of we were in wedlock. Outside of the marriage. Right.
So
Outside of the marriage.
She broke the carnal rule.
Hello?
Yeah.
And even if he did go around, which okay, we understand that's still not correct. I don't see any of those other kids. Those other kids are his. Because Mae wasn't gonna be Tina Turner and she not raising nobody else's kids.
Right. Not
But
Tina Turner.
yes, Tina Turner, but you got Bishop over here raising somebody else's baby. I mean, he didn't know it wasn't his, but still, that's
Right.
still she's like his favorite. She's like his favorite, y'all. Can we just say that? Because she is.
Well, she's the first. She's the oldest.
Oh, yeah. You right. You
And
right.
she take care of business.
She does. Daddy,
does.
Daddy. Can I just say that I'm just kind of tired? I don't know what it is. Whenever they say mama or daddy, or whenever they say mama, it just sounds, especially Grace, it sounds like she whining all the time. I call my mama too. I'm like, Ma, my some kind of country or whatever. Ma. And she was like, mommy, mama. I be like, ugh, y'all, ugh. Like what's his name said? The AJ, the non-AJ. Yeah, that fool said, well, the auntie and your uncle still live in the house. That's not normal. That shit is not normal.
So it's not normal for them to call her mom. What?
No,
Mom?
it's the tone.
Oh.
Come on, mama. Like, what? Get away from me. Move. Kick back. But AJ had the one-liner of the whole show, though, when he walked in and said, I see it. You, me. I see it. Boy.
Yeah, he was very upbeat this episode, though. I was proud of him. Oh.
Right. He was upbeat. He gonna die soon. We have 3 episodes left.
Hey.
You hardcore.
Right.
You are hard.
But when
Maybe
I
it's
said
gonna fix the car, and that'll be in it.
But when I said it some weeks back, no, he's gonna survive. He's gonna live. Y'all said that.
Well, they already doing what's that called? Medicine ads. That fool, did y'all hear? He said, yes, they have me on Biktarvy. It's better than the other medications. And it doesn't make me as drowsy. I was like, that side effect's real.
Oh my God.
Doesn't cause it. And it also makes other people think that they're your real parents when you are the fake AJ.
Stop it. I'm so mad that she said the ad. Oh my God. Because I did. When he said it, I was like, I think I've heard that name before in a commercial.
Girl, yes. Yes. I'm surprised they didn't roll that beautiful bean footage on the next commercial. That would have been the best thing to do. I'm like, that built-in ad. Hello.
Well, they're bringing awareness to it.
Okay. I see the video. I see the commercial all the time. I love it. I watch RuPaul's Drag Race. So, all those commercials are all in the middle and in between those. So that's how I know the name of it. Biktarvy. Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
I can't.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I cannot. That is hilarious. You wrong. You are so wrong. Wow. So, all right. Rochelle, girl, Toya is so pregnant. And
Oh
that's
yes, they
not
could
even
not
funny.
show her. You see that? They
It,
kept it on her back.
where
They
her black
kept it.
on black on black.
Yes. And when she walked out, she walked straight out the door and didn't like turn to the side or anything. She walked straight out,
Right.
so you
I
couldn't
was
see
like,
anything.
ooh, I was like, that's all we gonna see of her. We ain't gonna see too much more of her because normally she in something form fitting and real cute. Not saying she wasn't cute, but
She was
yeah,
cute.
that's not her.
Yeah, her neck was looking like mine.
Her
She couldn't even
face.
roll it. I was like, "What's up?" I was like, "She not used to carry that weight on her." She was like, "You know what, Greenleafs, you guys." I'm like,
I'm
"Girl."
mad you got her rolling around like a real roly poly. I'm so mad.
But
Love you, Toya.
but last time when she was on the show, she was pregnant. So it's basically
Not all of it though. Not all of it, because remember they showed all those short skirts, those charity dresses. She was wearing those charity dresses.
You
she
was
was
seeing her.
wearing a but she was at least 6 months pregnant when she was the
Yeah, but that was her first. Sometimes between pregnancies it can vary.
yeah. I don't think you know what on the show. No, when she filmed, she wasn't pregnant yet because she didn't
Yes.
get pregnant until this toward the end of this year. I mean, 2019. I follow her on Instagram. That's how I know. So.
Right. But she's pregnant on these episodes,
Yeah, you
baby.
could tell.
She's definitely
Yeah.
pregnant, and they're especially because they're only showing her here. They won't even barely show like her breasts. They'll show from here up and only show the back. And when she's switching, it's hard. She swing it. She's trying to swing that hip. It's hard
Okay.
without doing the waddle. Yeah,
It's cool
she's
because
pregnant.
her acting is stepping. Well, first of all, let me give her air claps.
She's no Candy.
Her acting.
Her acting is way better than Candy's.
That's what I said. She's no Candy. Yeah, she's definitely no Candy.
Yeah.
I will give her acting is 5 stars. She has moved from TV One to now she's on BET. So I am so happy for her. And I still want to know why is she so adamant that the pastor killed her dad?
I want to know too.
There when the phone call was taken, did you hear? Did you sneak in the church? Well, I mean, because she was really saying that he killed her dad.
I know. Unless that was the last name that her dad said to them, like I'm going. The pastor called, "No, Daddy, don't leave us. I'm going. The pastor won't meet." So if you leave and now, we're gonna get that pastor.
I don't think that he had anything to do with the fire or the fire, but I think he knows something.
I don't know.
I have a feeling that he's going to confess to something come next week.
Yes.
What if that's when we see Oprah come back? Maybe that's why she was so drunk all the time. We know she was getting touched on by her dad, right? Just like Mae was. And maybe, and we know that she was messing with the pastor, with Bishop. I keep calling the pastor. But she was messing with Bishop. So maybe that's when we get to see her, because again, we only have 3 episodes left, people. Where's Oprah? If you don't come back, that's kind of foul, Oprah.
What is her name on the show?
Oh, I knew it too. It's a
starts with an M.
Yeah.
Mavis.
Mavis.
I know it's a
like Staples. Hey man.
Well, and then she is a singer too. Remember, she is a singer on the show.
Yes, on the show.
Maybe.
Wait. Please throw up your fan, because that was shade all the way through. Did you hear her?
I missed it.
She said because she's a singer on the show.
I did say that too, though. I said she's one on the show too.
Yeah, on the show.
Y'all some shady ones.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
go ahead.
it's facts on the show.
On.
Because if
right.
Oprah was here, she'd be saying, I can't sing. But on play, Mavis.
You sound like her.
Because she's a film person. That's how I know. Anyway, we do things. We're all big. Tom tell it too. But I think with that house, remember, this is the second episode where they said that the lady that owned the house was white.
Was white.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the second. And then Bishop got mad. Why would a white woman give it? No, that was Mae. Why would a white woman give you something? He's like, I don't know, but she gave it to us.
So it's revealed in this episode that they didn't know her.
Yes.
Church. Maybe when he does reveal next week, maybe he already knew the lady. Maybe he's the man that used to come around the house.
Maybe he's the Negro.
Maybe he might be the man. Who knows?
Maybe he's the Negro and not the other dude.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Maybe.
Basie's father.
No. Oh, gee.
I'm thinking maybe Basie's father too, but I think he knew.
Oh.
That threw you off.
Yes, it did. Maybe he gave Darryl James his name because he didn't want anybody to know it was him. And then when she gave the house away, she gave it to Darryl James, and he was like, nah, this is my real name, boo. You need to change it before you pass.
Could be. Never know. Could be. He might
Plot thickens.
Come on, we shine the rhymes in this thing, boy. Black girl magic, boy.
So I'm thinking either he knows about the affair or he knows about the will at first. The first will that was happening. He could know something about it. Because why would this stranger just automatically give you a house? I mean, not a house, a mansion. They keep calling this a house.
That's an estate.
Actually, the land, because remember, Grace pulled up those plans. She pulled up the plans she pulled up the little drawings to the house. Yes. Who drew the house? I wonder if, like you said, she knew about the affair. Mac, with his conniving old ways, went back to her and was like, hey, he dead now anyway, and I'll tell people about Basie if you don't switch the house over to us.
Or here's a plot that thickens.
I still think that's Basie mama.
The plot thickens. Well, no, she was the older woman. Remember, she was an older.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, well, she was old. They are
Ooh,
stressing that.
What about? Does anybody know if Miss Davis had? What about Miss Davis had a daughter?
No, we stretching them out. Let's keep it within the people.
I'm just saying because that could still that's how Darryl James could have been coming. That could have been the grandbaby Basie, because Basie is in here somewhere. Because Basie is light, and they took that and they took the baby. But you know how they are. I'm gonna give to you got to take care of my grandbaby. Give me this house. I'll take the baby. I don't want to tell nobody.
She didn't have any kids.
Oh.
She didn't have any kids, so we can just scratch that part out. What if Mac was the man? Because Mac is an opportunist. And so maybe Mac could have plotted and said, okay, give it to Darryl James, but then it didn't go right, and Darryl James was part of the fire, so then Mac said, hey, my brother-in-law.
What if it was Mac's voice and not Bishop's voice? And Mac called him, and he thinks that it was Bishop, or the kids think it was Bishop because, they say go to the church. Oh, the Bishop want me at the church. Or Mac called and said, hey, Bishop wants you at the church. And it was like, oh, Bishop want me at the church. Go. Because, Mac was always doing something in Bishop's name, in Mae's name, in Greenleaf's name. Because he wanted to be a Greenleaf so bad, but he was just one by association. Mm-hmm. And he thought that his S didn't stink. He used to, he would always do this and puff his chest like a little jaybird. But,
yeah. So that I just want to throw that out there. Could be something. Can we get to Pastor Dry and Daddy?
Oh,
because he hurt his feelings to the core. He hurt his dad.
Imagine he won this fan back and forth.
Because that whole scene was just
Yusuf.
Ooh. Ooh.
So, what was it, Shabazz? Because I know it's always like.
Yeah.
So he killed me. He killed me when he was just like, "Oh, you the one I hung up on." She was like, "Oh yes, okay, that wasn't."
He said that was an apology.
Like, dang.
Charity K said, "Can I help you?" I think I'm here to help you.
Okay, so what I had said, like the question is, Why would you inform him in front of Judy? I did
Yes.
not bring that back up. And then he was like, my mom is the one who had to work the job while you sat around, did nothing, did this and that. I think it's more to it than he knows. I really
it always is.
And so I get that he's going to be, still holding on to this grudge 40 years later. But it's like, bruh, let it go, like she said. And I did like how Judy said, I'm going to pray for you. Normally I say that as in sarcasm, but I'm going to really pray for you.
Right.
Why's she trying to save him, though?
Because she loves him.
I love how
she loves him. Right.
Why would you? I mean, I can't. Why in front of Judy when you know Judy will go back?
Because Daddy loves all black people, okay?
Oh, my Lord.
Daddy loves
Confederate Gray.
He loves to use and take their land. That's what he's about. Property and land.
I need her penitentiary pink self to get up out of here.
Not penitentiary pink. I cannot.
Because that's where they're going once they finally figure out what's going on with all this land. She going right on with it because I'm pretty sure that Daddy has signed her name to some kind of deeds and stuff that she don't know about too. So she taking her little pale self right on to the pen. Paint that box, baby. Paint that Confederate gray. But
it's already there.
It is. I was upset that she brought him to the church. I was. Especially in front of Judy, yes. But I was mad that you brought him to the church anyway. However, I thought about it. That was the only way that he was going to be able to see her. Because if she would have called him to go somewhere, who knows, Judy probably would have tried to follow him too,
So she would have been around no matter what.
She'd have been around no matter what. But you brought him to the church, and the first thing little Judy said was, we know you were here last night. Give me your keys. Girl, bye.
Okay.
And you see, she ignored her too. She got ignored.
Did she?
She got ignored too.
Charity Case had a fan like this.
Covering her whole face.
Her whole. So I brought somebody. I mean, she just completely changed her.
Come on, who is this? Your new boyfriend?
Right.
Did you see Pastor Dry's face? Pastor Dry's face was cracked.
You don't recognize your fiance's father? The resemblance?
You know she wouldn't know that at all.
I was wondering if he was gonna recognize the ring.
Yes.
Because when she held it up, because I'm his fiance.
He did look.
Wait a minute. When he looked at her?
Yes.
When he looked at her like,
right.
You know where I'm going with this, right?
Yes, I do. Especially with him and that kufi on. Right. Like, this what we doing, son?
Right.
This what we doing over this right here?
Right.
He did everything but like check her up and down.
Right.
Or take his glasses light. Looking over the top.
Right.
I was dying. I was like, and she was like, I got the ring. And he just looked at her like,
oh.
And? What that mean?
It wasn't so. It wasn't and like take
you
it
got
off.
right. You got my mama ring on the opposite. On the enemy. That is what she
according to her, he's Satan.
She did call him Satan. Because my daddy would never do this. It's like, how you know? You don't know your dad like that. You just know what your daddy wants to show in front of you. But you're conniving. So where do you get that from?
Oh, don't fall too far from the tree, of course. I want to know, is it his mom's ring or his dad's mom's? I mean, his mom's, because he says it's his grandmother's ring, right? Wasn't his grandmother's ring?
Yeah.
So the dad definitely knew the ring.
I would think that it would come from his mother. Dad. Yeah.
Yeah. So he probably like, you got my mama ring? Mm-hmm. This little spirit over here, this little clear spirit. Why would you bring him? 3 episodes left. So he's still going to be there. Right? He going to be there to all 2 episodes, or is he leaving 9.5?
No, but I I don't see how this could be end unless they're gonna have like a 2-hour finale. I don't see how this is going to end without there being a bevy of questions.
You're gonna make me look up on my little local listings and see if it's gonna be a 2-hour.
It's
Who
gonna
Like,
would
be a
want
2
to?
hour. It has to be. It can't be 50 minutes rather. We'll just say take out 45 minutes, take out the commercials.
Right.
It can't know. I mean, even leading up to, they need to have a 2 hour or part 1, part 2, whatever.
right, 2 hours a night, two, like a 4-hour series finale, something. We have to have something because I can't see them ending this series with all of these holes. Because
Right.
you're just not going to, like you always say, you're not going to sit up here and rush us
At
in
all.
episode 10
Told
expecting
y'all.
us to be satisfied with this. That's why I wouldn't be mad if there was a spinoff.
I think there's a spinoff. I believe there's a spinoff.
Grace. You just say Grace.
That's so
Just call it
boring.
Grace.
She would be
No,
boring.
not Grace. I'm thinking.
Yeah, let's call Greenleaf. Well, if you have Grace, you're gonna have AJ. You're gonna have bad acting Noah. You're gonna have and Noah with that car. Is Noah gonna finish the car by episode 10, y'all?
AJ.
AJ, sorry. Then you're gonna have Zora, cause she ain't going nowhere.
I'm mad she really tried to go to New York with no place to live.
I'm so glad that her daddy really told her, like, yeah, you grown, but you ain't that grown, cause for how you know you don't even, how do you not know that you can't go nowhere without a place?
New York, of all places.
Hoboken is not New York, girl. Hoboken is not Memphis. You better be quiet. You in New York. Shit, you better cut it out.
Hold on. Remember when I said, Zora, if you had to go between her and Carissa, means the dad and Carissa, Jacob and Carissa, where does she stay? In the house, like I thought she was going.
She sure did.
Because
she sure did.
She could have went off with Carissa, but she chose not to.
Well, why would you want to go from one grandmother's house to another grandmother's house, which 9 times out of 10, she probably living in a shack. Nothing in comparison to where she's currently living.
Even if she's living in a shack, she's living in a room. Where she's living now, she got her own little, they have to walk outside to her house. She has a little squatting place. So I'm thinking when she's gone,
not her own quarters, but a squatting place.
A squatting place. So now when she gets ready to leave, Sophia is gonna come and stay in there or whatever, because Sophia's reading the Bible again now. So here come the little saints back. They about to come back. Y'all know I love the little saints. We got served. So whatever. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm mad. Why are you going to your mom's house? You can't afford. You have a job. Why you can't get your own spot?
I was gonna say the same thing, and she packed up her little raggedy duffel bag and took off, didn't she? That fool said, "Everybody come outside so we can say goodbye." Like she was going to college. The hell? Bye.
To Winky.
They could have hugged him at the doorstep, girl. Bye. See you next week. You'll be back. Your mom already said I got shared custody. Plus, leave some of your little toys. Can he leave this, for when he comes back? Boy, buy a new one.
That part.
Well, wait a minute. Winky going to the psychologist with a
bow tie on. He was like, why is he dressed up? She was like, I don't know. That was your son's idea. That was his idea. I don't know.
Winky knew what's up. Y'all not knowing what's up. Winky knows.
Winky going. Winky. Zora already told him.
That's a mess.
I was just sitting there going, Jacob, why haven't you told this woman, hey, I just don't love you no more?
He told his sisters.
Still holding up on. She's still trying to hold out on hope all the way to the bitter end.
I kind of like them tears that she shed though, right before she said we could have shared custody. I was like, oh, little angry bird.
She didn't look that hard.
I said, I know. I said, oh, you look a little angry bird getting soft. You can have shared custody. You can have. I was like, oh, go ahead, little angry bird.
Wait a minute. She said, "This is the first time you said we."
Yeah, because he know we splitting up, bitch. Bye.
This is the first time we said we. And she's like, and he said, well, if there was no we, there wouldn't be no, what's her daughter's name?
Zora.
No Zora, there wouldn't be no Wiki. And I was thinking to myself, dang, Jacob, you got to get deeper on like that for her to understand? I mean.
No, but the fact that he had to ask her, well, I mean, you know, like we would have never met. I'm like, duh.
Right.
And then that reminded me of what you were saying last week with his look like like you gotta look a shock for every scene, like, oh, what? Huh? Yeah. Mm-mm.
He's been, okay, so leading up to this season, he's always been suits, right? Suit or sweater, something more formal. Have you
He
noticed
ain't the pastor no more.
He's not the pastor. Well, he was assistant pastor or the whatever pastor before, and now we see him t-shirt and jeans, t-shirt with his J's on.
And Jay, I was about to say that.
Right? And we know he ain't got no job because she kept saying it every episode. You ain't got no job. We already know that.
You ain't got no job.
And you got the, like, you know, the little nice, you know, stylish hairstyle going on. I mean, is this your transition? What's going on? I mean,
well, he started doing that earlier though, when he was doing the outreach, especially when he started working with Dante. You know, because he's outside of the office and doing his outreach. So he was doing that. Then he did a little bit when he had his own church. When they had that own grassroots church, he kind of started with that too. But when he goes in the office, you're right, he does wear his suits and his full ties and everything.
That's that Tasha influence.
Speaking
of Tasha, so did we really see though when he was talking to his sisters and he said, y'all know I didn't just break up with her because of, you know, what happened. They was like, oh, we know.
Yeah. They was real loose. They was real loose lipped that night. They was lit.
And Charity Case was drunk with a G. Drunk. She was all hiccup and
and then she was like, "Does Aaron know?"
Yeah.
Well, Kevin knows. Well, shit, Grace. I'm like, oh, okay.
Now I'm back mad again. Girl, bye.
Is he mad because they knew before you?
Right. Look, and here go Jacob over there laying down. I ain't even mad. He was lit. I ain't even mad.
They were all hella lit.
They good. Finally, they were talking about that was the quietest dinner that table has ever seen.
That's funny. That is too funny. Speaking of lit, I forgot to ask y'all what y'all drinking tonight.
Ooh.
What you drinking, Jonah? Oh, you drinking water. What you drinking, Iva?
Water. I know, I'm sorry. I'm a little poodle too.
Okay, well, in my cup, I have sangria.
Yes. Homemade or store-bought?
Oh, well, it's store-bought.
Okay.
It's Sutter Home.
She said,
oh.
All right, so what are your predictions for next week?
Next week, we know that Pastor Greenleaf is going to confess. So that also next week, we're going to find out what's the next stages. I'm predicting next week that Shabazz is going to go back and attempt again to talk to Phil without Judy's presence, because we don't need that presence. Then
At all.
I think Mae and what's the other sister's name?
Mavis. Hey man.
No,
Tara.
Tara. Lord Jesus.
Tara and Mae are going to come up with a plan on how to do get their church together. That's the next one, because she did listen to her. And Rochelle is going to get checked really good.
Thank you. I was going to say die or what? What we going to do with her?
Dang, savage.
Hey.
Savage.
No, because which Rochelle did talk about was she's no longer an FBI on the FBI's list. So she must be. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, she's an informant. Yes.
No, she's a snitch. So that's her word. So she is something there. And Pastor Greenleaf is going to get a hot moment and get to checking her real good.
He the only one that can do it, because Mae don't phase her, even though Mae can check everybody in the room top to bottom. Pastor Greenleaf was the only one that gets her together because she still likes him. Now, I have one more question for you, Joe. And you too, Lovey. So when Pastor is going, or Bishop is going up to give his big revelation, the whole family is walking through the crowd, correct?
Yes.
So the church was supposed to be demolished on Tuesday. They went for the last Sunday. So what day is this? Why is the church full on Monday? Is it a Monday? All of this? Is it a whole week? What is it? Because I know they ain't the gym. Or are they messing us up? And that is Pastor's dream.
No, that's the church, because why would he have Rochelle in his dream?
Because she's part of this. She wasn't walking, she was sitting down in the front. Dreams are elaborate.
But she also
and he was in street clothes. Pastor had on tennis shoes. He didn't have on click clacks. He had on jeans and a little old uncle shirt. Yeah, click clacks, hard bottoms.
Hard bottoms.
Click clacks.
Well, he's been wearing
been
wearing tennis shoes lately too.
Yes.
Maybe the pastor has called the whole congregation to the church for a
He still got clout. He still got clout.
Maybe that he could.
Yeah, he still got followers.
He got followed.
Yeah.
They took Charity Case's keys though.
he got a whole congregation.
They took Charity Case's keys. Oh, actually, they didn't, because she didn't give them up, did she?
No, she didn't. Like you said, she had the fan up. Okay, so what?
She sure did. She was like, so anyway.
And she has sex.
Look, thin girl.
She has some. It don't make no sense to change the locks when the church is about to be demolished anyway.
Well, right. Judy is petty, but you're right.
She is petty patty.
She is petty patty. However, the Greenleafs have too much clout in that church. So
town. I was gonna say in that town, yeah, they do.
Yes. So you can change the locks all you want, because let's say the locksmith could be a kin of one of the members of the church. There you go.
Not the old Negro spiritual hymn. Hey, I can roll with all of those.
Okay.
Except for the dream sequence. I don't know about that one. That seems like a little bit of a stretch.
You know, I'm pushed. You know, I like to pull.
Yeah, we know.
If any of that stuff comes true, I'd be like, ooh.
I told you.
Aha! I've had a couple though. We've had a couple.
Yes.
People getting pregnant, or I'm like, oh my goodness. But I really believed in those. This one I was just trying to pull.
We shall see.
We shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
I have no predictions. Actually, you know what I do? You know what my predictions are? I predict we're not going to get to the end of that boy fixing that car. I predict
he might be, he's highly motivated. He didn't got the spot for it. He didn't got his tool set. He talking to his grandmama about it, showing her. He's done his homework because he pulling up pictures of GTOs. Oh, baby,
he went to go get his medicine. I want to live. He sounded like Big Pun. I just want to live. I lost 100 pounds. Okay, so I also predict that Sophia is not gonna see. We're not gonna see Dante no more. I also predict that Sophia gonna stay at home. Actually, no. I think she needs to go back to school, but I'm not sure how that's gonna work with Zora. I think that they should actually become roommates. That's just what I think. I think they should become roommates or something like that. I don't
Zora
know.
need to humble herself.
Zora need a hug. Zora need like a humongous hug and a slap though. Just like a hard slap.
A
You
pimp
know, I don't
slap.
believe a pimp. Yeah, like open face down.
A powder.
Now get up. Right. LeBron James type with the powder with the old school hibachi black dynamite slap, and then pick her up and be like, okay, and just love on her.
Right.
You okay? You better. Let me
Right.
cook you something to eat. You want a grilled cheese? Something.
Yeah.
You want a real?
Right. I predict that we're not gonna see Winky no more.
Winky or Nathan?
I predict that Nathan ain't gonna be big. I predict. Actually, we are gonna see Winky, but he gonna be going to chess. He gonna go to chess. But I predict we not. I predict we not gonna see Kevin.
Kevin got to come. He got at least the final episode. He needs to show up for the final episode.
Oh my God, he gonna be in the last 2 minutes. He gonna be in the church in the dream sequence tomorrow. Next week. We are accepting all of you. When they say everyone is included, they're gonna show Kevin in the corner with him and Aaron. Oh, come on now.
I cannot. You are so wrong on that. I can't. But that would be funny if it does play out that way, though.
Right. Like, where are we gonna see Kevin? Kevin gonna come on episode 10, 10 minutes before the show.
10 minutes before it's over.
Right. He gonna come on at 7:50, right before the credits roll. Amen. That's
They
it.
ain't even really seen Connie either.
Who? Oh, that's who's gonna let them in the church. Because Pastor gonna be like, I need to talk to y'all one more time. Like y'all said, y'all gonna gather them together. She gonna be the one that's gonna gather them. Now, what do you want to say, Bishop? Because she just looked like
had her look spot on. All you needed was a gray wig.
Right, she's Eveline. She is like, no more lunch breaks. Sorry, y'all, that's the whiz.
I can't. I cannot.
Done.
All
I
right.
predict that we gonna have so many loose ends, and I predict that we ain't gonna see Darius next week. We're not gonna see Darius till episode 9.
Episode 10.
Oh no, because if we see him episode 10, there's really no time to unravel all that stuff that's going on. I mean, we saw Fernando now. Fernando's back. Hey, since Fernando is back, you think Carissa got a little left in her tank where she could butter up, or
that's done? That's done. He messed up her marriage.
Or she gonna feel, well, it's done now. She may as well take one for the team and try to get some information.
Going around giving her chlamydia.
He gave her chlamydia. Come on.
But
now.
she didn't see him after that, so maybe she get to pop him one.
No, it's done. You get it. My marriage is gone, and I got chlamydia off you. I'm cool.
Right,
Not
no
off
telling. So you just out here raw dogging it with a whole bunch of other people. Nah, I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
For those who do not know what raw dogging it means, that means having sex without a condom.
Ugh. Fernando is for everybody though. Apparently. Oh, where did he get it from? Did he get it from Bob? I'm just going.
Okay, and on that note,
when we gonna see Bob? We got 3 more episodes. When we gonna see? Did he get it from Judy? Who? Okay, I'm trying. Hey.
I mean, those are all valid questions except for the Bob.
That's not an invalid question.
No, talking about Fernando and Bob. All right. Well, we are done.
I know y'all are glad, America.
Oh
I know this was a bumpy one. Y'all got through it like champs. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Oh my gosh. Hilarious. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for lending us your ears and your eyes. Don't forget to catch our past, current, and future episodes on Pop Break as well as popbreaktv.com. Share, like, follow, all that other good stuff. Definitely check us out on YouTube, all social media platforms, Live, Laugh, and Lovey. Comment. Let us know, what do you think? Join the conversation of Greenleaf. Are you thinking that you're going to get some type of resolve by the season's end? I'm sorry, the series end. Got to get used to that one. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Come back next week. Ladies, always a pleasure. Bye.